Hello and welcome back. I have been the worst YouTuber on the planet the past month. I have reasonings as to why I took a little break, but I wasn't planning on taking this long of a break. Feels so good to be back on camera, and I feel like I don't know makeup anymore. I have not wore makeup, so I feel like I'm such an amateur now. But today was the day I'm like, sit down, do your makeup, talk to your people, and let's just get ready and get ready with me and chit chat and talk about life. Life is such a journey. I'm not going to do any type of revolutionary, amazing, crazy makeup today or eye look. I just want to sit down, play with makeup, and talk and chit chat. So let's get into it. I don't think I'm going to go through and just explain every product I'm going to be using. I'm just going to kind of go. I might talk about products here or there, but I will list. I'm already starting off with the wrong primer. That's going to let you know that this video is going to be sloppy. Oh boy, where do I even begin? So I made it a priority when I got my vaccine when I became fully vaccinated, which I am. I've been fully vaccinated for a while now. But to make sure I catch up on appointments, like doctor's appointments or like simple things like dentist appointments, eye doctors, gynecology appointments, things like that. You know, just the stuff that we should be doing yearly anyway that I had put off because of 2020. And I'm like, I'm not going anywhere doing anything until I'm vaccinated. So that's what I've been doing. And I feel like I have an appointment every day that I have off from work. And of course, you guys know with my sleep and it's not clinically diagnosed as insomnia, but I like to somewhat think that's exactly what it is because I don't sleep well. However, I do feel like I'm sleeping better than I used to, which has been very, very nice. So on my off days, geez, oh Pete's, the past month, I have been to the dentist. I have been to the gynecologist. I've had appointments for my lungs. I've had numerous appointments with something that happened that I will explain in a minute. But again, I feel like I have been trying to catch up, just doing this stuff to keep ourselves healthy that we all should be doing. So it just feels like I've been nonstop. And then on days where I feel like, oh my gosh, it's the first day I feel like I haven't had a break, I just want to relax and I just want to chill and catch up on laundry and clean the house. And you know what I'm saying? So I'll be honest, I've had no motivation to film, just absolutely none. I just think people sometimes need a break. I just had I just did not want to wear makeup. I did not want to film. I did not want to get on camera. I just wanted to chill, relax, and do nothing. I needed a break. And I feel like I only take breaks every maybe once or twice a year. I always do it around Christmas time for sure. But I don't know. I just wanted one, needed one. I feel like I don't need an excuse to kind of take a break from YouTube. But that's what I wanted. I wanted a little bit of me time. So I'll admit I haven't been to the dentist in years. I just didn't want to go. I had braces forever when I was younger. And after I got my braces off, I was like, well, nope, I don't need to go back. And I feel like I have great oral hygiene. But I am a teeth grinder in my sleep. So my teeth, I thought I had cavities in my teeth. I thought I had straight up holes in my teeth. That wasn't the case. I've just literally, they said I'm probably the worst case of grinding in my sleep that they've ever seen. which I was like, oh, fantastic. Anyway, I now sleep with a lovely mouth guard to protect my teeth. And then I learned a lot about different toothpastes and how it was breaking down my enamel because I have extremely thin teeth. I had 0 cavities. It turned out to be a good appointment, which I was really, really nervous about since it had been so long since I've been to the dentist. And I already have an appointment again for 6 months, but I'm never going to do that again. It was definitely a lesson learned that, you know, our oral health has everything to do with, you know, the rest of our body. And God forbid if you know, if you let your teeth go, it can affect your organs in your body, which, I mean, I knew all of this. I was just being a brat and I didn't want to go. So anyway, I'm really happy that I went and all is well. If you didn't know, I had been diagnosed with endometriosis, I believe in 2015. They actually thought I had a hernia. Well, we all thought I had a hernia because I've had past hernia issues. I've had surgery for a hernia. So we thought I had another hernia. So I'm literally in the middle of a surgery for hernia and they found an endometriosis growth, called a different doctor down and they're like, is this what I think it is? And they're like, yes, it's an endometriosis growth. So I was diagnosed with endometriosis. And after that, I mean, felt like I always had extremely heavy periods, intense cramping that has actually brought me to tears before. Like, my periods are insanity. I'm changing my tampon, like a heavy flow tampon, probably once an hour. The first 2 days on my period. It's insane how heavy I bleed. Well, that led me to become anemic. And at the time, they said that, you know, I would have to see a certain doctor to test my levels, you know, and things like that. I needed to take iron supplements. But due to what iron supplements do to even a normal person with constipation and the stomach issues and things like that, for somebody with cystic fibrosis, since we already have so many digestive issues and we're constipated off and on. I mean, I take Miralax every single day and stool softeners every single day in order to like help my stomach because we don't digest food. We can't digest food on our own, and that's why we take enzymes every time we eat to help digest the food. I know that's a lot of TMI, but, you know, it is what it is. I'm an open book. Welcome to my life. They weren't crazy with me wanting to take iron supplements, so my doctor suggested, okay, if you don't want to take the iron supplements, let's do iron infusions, where I would go in once a month when I started my period and get an infusion through an IV in order for my iron to be normal. That was the plan, and then it never happened, and here we are like 5-6 years later. And I started having really weird symptoms when I started my period a couple weeks ago, and like a lot of the symptoms, like if you look up like low iron, I was having every single symptom, which was crazy, like chest pain, heart racing, extreme fatigue, what else was like numbness and tingling in my legs. So of course we're thinking, because of my, you know, in the beginning, we're thinking, oh my God, do I have another blood clot? Because I got diagnosed with deep vein thrombosis about 5 or 6 years ago. It was a rough time in my life about 5-6 years ago. But I had a blood clot back in like 2015, 2016. So of course that's the first thing they think of because of my history of having deep vein thrombosis and having a chest port. So I got scanned from here down. Like I had a CT scan, I had ultrasounds of like my chest, my arms, my legs. Anyway, all is good, no blood clots, whatever. I think with all these things going on with like the vaccine, like the J&J vaccine, you know, I think even though I didn't get J&J, I got Pfizer. I guess, I don't know, maybe they thought that too. I don't know. but there's no, that they know of, nobody with the Pfizer or Moderna, I'm pretty sure, that had gotten a blood clot. But I think it was just one of those things that they just wanted to make sure of, you know, like, especially with my history. So I'll always go with that. Cool. You know, the high risk type situation is out the door, whatever. And now we're thinking it was because now my symptoms are gone. Like, my symptoms are gone, except the fatigue, but we think it was because my iron got too low. Yay me. Which would make a lot of sense. Also, I'm sure a lot of you who have been here a while know that I've talked about my insomnia. Like I said, I was not ever clinically diagnosed with insomnia. But I mean, when I'm waking up at 2 or 3 in the morning, can't go back to sleep, or I wake up at all during the night, can't go back to sleep for years and years, I would say I had, have insomnia. My mother also got diagnosed with insomnia when she was younger too. She actually has to take sleeping medication in order to sleep at all. I finally had an appointment with a sleep doctor, and I'm actually going to do a sleep study. That was something else that was on my appointment list to get done this year. So lo and behold, she told me low iron can lead to insomnia. And I'm like, ding, ding, ding. Maybe that's been the issue this whole time of me not sleeping too well. And I sleep worse when I'm on my period. Hello, losing more blood. It all makes sense. So now I think we're finally figuring out the low iron has everything to do with why I'm so damn tired all the time. Which is why also I feel like I've also had, just for some reason, I've had zero, like I said, zero motivation. I've been so tired. I just think everything's starting to catch up with me. Maybe the stress of the pandemic over the past year hasn't helped. This was the first time I ever knew what anxiety was. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm hoping now, you know, it still feels weird being around people or like I'm not doing a lot more, but like even going to the hospital, doing things that like I would have never considered doing last year. My face looks so pale. Oh well. Anyway, I just think it's a combination of stuff. But if it's something as simple as getting iron infusions every month, like bring it on. If I feel like I have my energy back and I'm sleeping better and doing all that, like I would be more than happy to do some iron infusions and just feel good. Who doesn't want to feel good and have energy and do things? So even last week, I finally had the energy to like I said, clean the house, do the laundry. Like I enjoy doing that. So I feel like my house is pretty clean all of the time, because I'm a clean freak. But like I said, just lately, and when I say lately, I feel like the past month, I just have not felt like doing a damn thing. We did a ferritin lab where I got my ferritin drawn and also an iron study. My ferritin was low. I was, let me see, like 3 days off my period at this point. Your ferritin is supposed to be between, I think, 11 and like 360, which is just like a huge gap. Mine was a 10.5. So that was my ferritin level. Then my iron study seemed somewhat normal. They were low, but they were within the normal iron range. But I was also thinking like, man, what would my iron have been though when I was on my period in my heaviest period days, when I felt the worst and those symptoms were like to a point I felt like I needed to go to the ER. That's how crazy those symptoms were. And it all subsided when I was not on my period anymore. So to me, common sense would say, hello, it had to do with your period, which would lead me to believe it's my iron. I'm not a doctor. This has not been diagnosed. They have not told me that it's the case. But if I was a betting woman, that's what I would bet. I had also had an appointment to get an IUD, a progesterone, only because I can't have estrogen because of my blood clot that I had in 2015. So it was kind of funny. I had an appointment to get the IUD to help with my endometriosis. And it was Mirena, which is progesterone only, and it's for those who have a heavy period. Of course, it helps with, obviously, pregnancy or birth control, which wasn't the reasoning for me to get it. It was just to help with my heavy bleeding and my horrible, horrible periods. But because of all those symptoms, my pulmonary team agreed, hey, let's get this problem figured out first with your symptoms, because God forbid if something happens with the Mirena and then we won't know what's causing the problems, which makes total sense. Let's get one issue solved at a time. So I ended up canceling that, but now I'm like, dude, if we can get my period under control, maybe all of this stuff going on, if it is my iron, which again, my period's done and all the symptoms subsided and all the symptoms seem to, coincide with low iron, like extremely low iron, then I think we may have solved the problem. Of course, I think the Mirena, obviously the longer you have it in, the more it helps with that. So maybe in the beginning it won't be as effective, with the bleeding or whatnot. But over time, 3, 6, 12 months, we might have this issue solved after so long of just being miserable on my periods. And I know that in my vaccine video, if you see my vaccine, sorry, my ear itches, I don't know what's up. I had mentioned that I had started my period, but my period was supposed to start that day. That is one thing about my period, it is like freaking clockwork. Within a day or two of it might start today or tomorrow, like it's always within a day of when I'm supposed to start. I knew I was going to start, so that was nothing. My periods haven't been any worse since getting, the vaccine or whatever. So, but I've been hearing a lot about periods and getting the vaccine. And so I don't know. I haven't done a lot of research on it. And there's a lot of misinformation out there about the vaccine. Oh my gosh, this whole vaccine talk is exhausting. That video though is doing phenomenally. Like, I think I'm already up to 40, almost 50,000 views. And I think I put it up like almost a month ago. Like, it's definitely my most successful video. But I tell you what, people are freaking nuts. And I know it is a crazy, crazy controversial subject. I knew that putting it up. But what's crazy is like people won't even watch the video. So people are literally going on YouTube, searching COVID vaccine, whatever. Like, like the anti-vaxxers or people, maybe they're not necessarily anti-vaxxer, but they're just like, they don't agree with getting it. But they're going on videos where people had gotten the vaccine and they won't even watch the video. And I know they're not watching. I knew the couple people that left comments did not watch the video because I had addressed a couple things in my video or talked about certain things in my video. So I knew they didn't watch the video because of their comment. When I had addressed it in the video, they still acted like whatever. So anyway, they're not necessarily watching the video, but they're getting on videos. And I say videos because there's plenty of the, vaccine, people getting their vaccines on the internet or whatnot, and just spewing. I mean, writing books of, just the stuff that has not been proven. That's not true, and I don't want to go into it because it's exhausting. There's got to be a screw loose somewhere with some of these comments, and just like, I think anybody that would not know somebody, anybody period, that would wish death or like wish crazy stuff to somebody that they don't even know, there's something wrong with you. There's something wrong. And I don't understand why there can't be, now a lot of people can, but why there can't be, okay, agree to disagree. Like, I don't agree with you, but like, okay, cool. You want to do that? That's fine. But just some people can do that. Some people, you know, I know a lot of people, even in my family, that don't want to get the vaccine or don't agree with getting the vaccine, or they have their own beliefs about the vaccine. But do you think we're attacking each other or wishing horrible things on people that do? Like, no. It's just like, that's like me wishing horrible things on somebody that doesn't get vaccinated. Like, to me, that's freaking nuts. But it's very entertaining. And what people don't realize, like, even if you know, when you click on these videos just to spew nonsense, you put money in my pocket. You're putting money in people's pockets. So bring it on, spew the nonsense, cool, whatever. But a lot of it, like if it's literal attacks on other people, like they'll also get in other people's comments and attack other people. You know, I always have in my description box, you know, don't be a bully. You know, if you're being a bully to me or anybody else, your comment will be deleted and blocked. And unfortunately, a lot of people, it is just being a total bully, which sucks. But I mean, you still put money in my pocket, so I can't be that mad at you. So I have been contemplating on getting a new phone. I'm one of those types of people that if it ain't broke, don't fix it, and I will ride something until the wheels fall off. I have debated on getting a new phone for a while, and my phone is going downhill very quickly. The battery is starting to die when it's at like 30%, which is super frustrating. So I always feel like if I'm not between 60 and 100% with my battery, then I need to plug it in. You know, if I'm getting down to between 50 and 60, I better find a charger. And probably starting up my TikTok again, but doing more makeup related things. I think before, when I had TikTok, and I was growing pretty quickly on TikTok. When I say quickly, you know, I was up to like 150 followers in like a couple of months. But it, you know, maybe compared to other people, that's not a lot. But for me, when I only posted maybe 12 videos or something, like, not many, it really wasn't many videos. To me, that was growing pretty quickly. I was like, wow, you know, just like probably other people in their 30s during the pandemic, a lot of us downloaded TikTok. But for me, man, maybe it's because I'm getting older. Like, social media to me is not what it used to be. It's not as fun as it used to be. I had gotten rid of Facebook probably 3 or 4 years ago, and I would never take that decision back. I just think it was getting full of drama. It was starting to get to me and get under my skin, and I didn't want it to be every time I got on the internet or got on Facebook, something to irritate me or upset me or piss me off. Like, I was so over it. If something is toxic and really getting at you in a certain way, I figure, why did I want that? I didn't want that in my life. Like, I want to get on and feel happy and laugh, and something that makes me feel good. So it was a pretty easy decision to get off of social media. And a lot of people are like, oh, I'm going to lose my pictures and blah, blah, blah. Well, there's ways to get your pictures. You know what I'm saying? And it was, I do not regret that decision at all. I defriended a ton of people many, many times. But for some reason, I was just over it. The same, I feel like, is happening on Instagram, and I feel like I need to do another like cleanup of Instagram, maybe to help the situation. But I feel like if I didn't have YouTube, I probably wouldn't have any social media at all whatsoever, to be honest with you. However, that being said, I think I unfollowed a lot of high profile, like celebrities, just people in general. I'm following more of like just straight makeup pages, influencers, just stuff that makes me happy. Food, things like that. I feel like that's helping, and I probably should just narrow it down again. I know I went like a really roundabout way with this topic, But I do feel like I want to start up TikTok again and just do, you know, a lot of makeup related stuff. I think that would be super fun, but I definitely need a new phone to do that because my phone sucks. And I'm always taking pictures. Like if I take pictures and post them, a lot of them were taken on my husband's phone and then sent to me in order for me to post. Like I never take pictures on my phone because the picture quality just isn't good. I think I'm going to make the investment and do that. That way I can start up TikTok and keep up with the Joneses, even though I'm going to be 36 soon and I feel like an old geezer compared to all these young ones and their TikToks. Oh man, let me tell you about this whole housing thing. That's the other thing. I feel like if I had an off day, we were going to look at a house. We had a heartbreaking situation. Heartbreaking. So some of you know that we've been wanting to move. We've been looking for a house now for about, I think since December. No luck, and the housing market has only gotten crazier. It was a Wednesday. I was like out landscaping or doing something. I think I was pulling green onions out of our landscaping because our green onions were just freaking out of control. So I'm out there doing that, and my husband comes out and says, "Did you see the house our realtor sent?" I'm like, "No." This house was as close to our dream house and our budget as it could possibly be. So I saw the house and I'm like, oh my God, we gotta go. Let's go see it. The listing went up about 11 o'clock in the morning. And we're like, cool, let's get an appointment. So our appointment was at 3:45 or 4 o'clock. We get out there. It was a 45-minute drive. We're trying to move out a little bit. So it's about a 45-minute drive from where we live now. We get out there. Beautiful property. The house was phenomenal. It was basically a turnkey house, which we were shocked at because we are prepared to do some work ourselves. We would be shocked if we got a turnkey. And a turnkey, I mean, like, you walk into the house, nothing needs to be done. It's perfect. So we're expecting not to get a house like that. And we are, trying to be realistic that most likely we'll have to do something to a house that we get just to make it like what we want, right? No, there was nothing that needed to be done with this house. We were completely shocked. We were in love and we're like, I think we were there a half an hour, like the full walkthrough, inside, outside. We're like, we want this house. Like, this is it. Let's do this. Let's put an offer in. So our realtor just has like a standing offer that we have. That way he can just go in and like change numbers. Like it wouldn't take long to do it once he got back home and he could submit an offer like immediately. Because if you don't know about this housing market, it's insanity. We told him what we wanted to offer for the house, which was, I mean, very realistic with the property. And he said, okay, I'll get home, give me about an hour, and then the offer will be submitted. So that was about 4:30, 4:45 as we're leaving the property. 10 minutes after we left the property, he calls and says, you're never going to believe this, but they already accepted an all-cash offer. All-cash offer. And Chris and I were like, you've got to be kidding me. And our realtor was like, I've been in this business a long time. In this market, I thought I've heard of it all. But something never ceases to amaze me. I just don't know how people have that much money laying around. I don't know. Are they getting like extra stimuluses and unemployment that other people aren't? I have no idea. I teared up, man. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. Because it's just like when you feel like you found your house after looking every single effing day and being sent houses all of the time. And then finally you are like, this is it. And it gets pulled out from under your feet so quickly. it's heartbreaking. And it was just like, that was it. Like, that was the house. But the more and more I read up on the housing market, a lot of people who have a lot of money, they're buying up these houses just to like put like a freaking new stove in or something dumb, and then put it back on the market like 50 grand more than they got it for, because they're trying to make a profit. So like the rich just keep getting richer, you know what I'm saying? Then us little people are screwed. The problem is the inventory is so slim, and then they raise the prices of these houses an astronomical amount, and people are paying it. It just figures that this is the time, after we've been in our house 13 years, that we decide we want to buy a house. All right, guys, so that is it for this makeup look. I just put some mascara on and some type of like coral pinky lip gloss to kind of go with my shirt, and did my eyebrows, and that was basically it. It was a very simple type look, and I like the way it turned out. It just felt good to sit back, relax, chill, put some makeup on, talk to you guys, catch you up on some things, and hopefully I can get kind of back in the groove and in the routine of filming again and get excited about filming again. This break was necessary and needed. I think a lot of us have to kind of put a stop on some things and get back to self-care and being good to ourselves, getting checked out and doing the things that we should be doing in order to be proactive with our health. And I'm very happy that I got a lot of things taken care of. I think I'm getting some answers that needed to be figured out a long time ago, but I guess it's better late than never. And hopefully I can just overall start feeling better. Maybe we're seeing the light at the end of the tunnel when it comes to COVID, and normalcy maybe is in the near future. I don't know, and I'm kind of skeptical, but I want to be more positive about it. But it's been a long journey the past year, and I don't know any one of us that does not want to hope for the best, you know, and feel like, you know, it's time for change. Like, let's move on. Let's get back to what we all know and love. And I don't know. That's just more so where I need my head to be, and get back to the love of makeup. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. I would really appreciate it. And I will see you guys on my next one. Thanks for watching.